we almost finished editing this beautiful picture. Now, before we're gonna export it, we're just gonna apply one more filter. And we're just refine this image using a sharpening filter. This will make your image pop a little bit more, and it will increase a little bit of contrast around the important parts of the image. So let's go again on our project. Again, I'm gonna set my desired color effect. Gonna hit Ctrl A again. I'm gonna go edit, copy merge, and then paste it. And I'm gonna rename my layer to Sharpen. Now I want to zoom in a little bit. And now go to Filter, Sharpen, and on Sharp Mask. Usually I go exactly with 100% amount. I think it's enough to make the image pop, but you can play around with the slider. I don't want this effect to be too obvious, so I'm gonna keep it at one radius and a 100% amount. Gonna click OK. Now I want you to look at this before and after. This is a before and this is the after. And with our last effect on our picture, I think we are done. You can apply your crop if you want to, or you just export the picture as it is and maybe crop it later, because it's a very easy thing to do, to crop the image. Now with our layer, let's have a small peek with the image that we started and our after image. Let me deactivate the group, and now look at this. Now it's a big difference. And now what I want to do is go to File, Save As, go to JPEG, and you can rename the picture saying Final Edit, and just click Save. Usually when I export a JPEG, I just go with the maximum larger file, but if you want to export this picture for the web, maybe you want to crop it, or maybe you want a much lower quality. But if you're gonna send this to your clients, or you just want to print your portfolio with it, just go with the maximum image quality. Hit OK. Now you have it. You're gonna see here the saving loading, and that's it. You successfully edit an image and save it in your preferred folder. Keep in mind that we just edit our picture in a different color space. If you remember at the beginning of our edit, when we open the camera raw, we just choose to edit our picture at the 16-bit in Adobe 1998, okay? We are working in an sRGB environment. The sRGB is the working space for the internet, or maybe for the phones, and everybody is using it, but it's a little limited on the color side. If you want to convert the profile, if maybe sometimes you're gonna send the image to the client, and the client, if doesn't have the necessary tools to open the picture, it will look quite different on their monitors or on their phones. So what you can do is to convert to a profile. So you have a source space of Adobe RGB 1998 and the new destination space is an sRGB. Or you can, what I normally do is I keep my image just like this and save it as a PSB or as PSD. And what I do to save a picture, I go to File, then Export, then Export As. And then this is my picture. And as you can see here, the color space convert to sRGB. And then I click Export and let's say Final Edit sRGB. And then click Save. And this is a different way of exporting and saving a picture out of the Photoshop. Just be aware of your color space, even if you are working in parallel with Lightroom and Photoshop. Keep in mind that you need to use the same color space on both softwares. So now what happens if you forget to export a JPEG in an sRGB environment, or maybe you didn't pay attention and you didn't edit it in an sRGB environment at first? Let me show you. If we go to here, View, Proof Setup, and we hit an Internet Standard RGB, this is the way your image will look like if you don't export it as an sRGB. And we just don't want that. It completely filters out some of the dynamics of our colors. Let's go back on our working space, and now it looks better. If you're gonna work with a lot of magazines, or if you're gonna work with the print media, they will specify exactly how they want their pictures to be exported. Maybe from here you might go on a CMYK color because it's better for print. But they usually tell you, and some of the clients actually specify precisely how they want their images to be saved. We finally reached the end of my retouching tutorial. I hope you will find this useful, and I hope you will include some of the things you learn here in your workflow. Thank you so much for supporting my work and for downloading this, and I hope I'm gonna see you in the next one.